It's okay, no problem. He's being silly anyway.
We're finally back in Southeast Asia again, and I can hardly believe that it was 2 years ago that I had packed up my backpack and took a leap of faith by leaving behind a comfortable life to go and travel for 6 months. But that single decision changed the outcome of my future for the better. And in this video, I want to share a little bit about my story, and I also want to present a couple of simple yet super effective strategies that help me realize my goals. And I feel they might do the same for you, especially if you're somebody who's creating a New Year's resolutions list. Prior to 2 years ago, I hadn't done much in the way of traveling at all, aside from having crossed the border from Vancouver to California. I just remember it being one of my biggest dreams to travel, but it can be difficult to take the plunge and try something new for the first time. Making the decision to travel back then and on my own was difficult because I had a good thing going. I mean, I was lucky to have a really good job, one that most people don't get right out of university, and I was living in a great apartment in the core of Vancouver. So it seemed completely foolish to have to go and give those up because I wanted to go travel for 6 months, especially given that I had student loans to pay off. So I made the decision to just push it off, and I promised myself I would revisit it at some point in the future. I kept working and going about my daily activities, but deep down, I knew I didn't feel I was fully living a life of purpose and meaning. Then everything changed when somebody very dear and near to me fell terribly ill and passed away. I came to the realization in those difficult months that life is beautiful, but too short not to be following your dreams. The routine of life can catch up with you, and before you know it, it might be too late. As a way of coping with some of my emotions and strengthening my spirit, I created several vision boards and I started listening to audiobooks. The links to some of my favorites I'll leave in the description box below. Now, audiobooks have inspired me so much more than I can express, which is why I'm thankful to Audible for helping me share this message by sponsoring this video. Now, one book that I'd recommend that really helped me during this period of my life was a book by Jack Canfield called The Success Principles: How to Get from Where You Are to Where You Want to Be. So if you're someone who's drawing up a list of New Year's resolutions but found that in the past you haven't been able to stick with them, then this book offers some insights into why that might be the case, and it also offers some strategies on how you can acquire the success that you're looking for. It also ties in perfectly well with the vision boards because in essence it talks about how powerful our thoughts, our visualizations, and our actions can be. So if you'd like to get this book for free, or any other book for that matter, in addition to a 30-day free trial, visit audible.com/pickuplimes or text pickuplimes to 500-500. Now, when it comes to vision boards, these are extremely transformative to say the least. There's really no science to it, no right or wrong way of creating them. Just find images or words from magazines or off the web that are meaningful and aligned with your goal, passion, or calling. Put them on a visible surface and let it work its magic over time. Because our focus is scattered throughout the day on so many different things, seeing and having a vision board allows us to practice visualization on the few things that matter to us the most when we see it, even if we just see it in passing. I spent a few days collecting cutouts of images and text that allowed me to create 3 vision boards in the end. One was for travel, one was for health and fitness, and one was for my dream of starting my own business related to wellness. Now get creative with your vision board. Add in your own sketches, cross things out, add things in. I mean, this is your creative outlet after all, so make it as personal as you possibly can. One thing I did was I wrote the words thank you on a blank piece of paper and put them above each of my vision boards as a way of expressing gratitude. It was a reminder to also appreciate where my life was that day. It's important with vision boards to also realize your content and happiness starts from the moment you envision your goals, not just when you achieve them. So going to sleep every night and waking up every day and seeing the vision boards on the wall in front of me, coupled with listening to audiobooks, is what finally gave me the courage to follow my dream. Within the first year of creating the vision board, nearly all the items have come to pass, and by now they are less goals of things that I want to achieve and more a reminder of where I came from, wishing for these things to happen that are now a reality. So being back here in Southeast Asia has made me realize just how much has changed in 2 years' time, more than has ever changed in the years that came before it. And you know, it was even during those travels that I started vlogging for the first time. It was then that I started uploading videos to YouTube as a way to update my friends and family on my journey. It was this experience that got my toes wet and gave me the courage to start a whole new YouTube channel 1 year later, which is now Pickup Limes. So as a way to honor this milestone, I want to create a couple of vlogs while I'm here in Indonesia, just for old time's sake. And I also want to take this opportunity to thank each and every one of you for being a part of the start and the growth of Pickup Limes in the year of 2017. You are all absolutely amazing. So until we see you in the next video, Happy New Year, and may all of your New Year's resolutions come to pass.